Yes, guys, totally enjoyed the show, guys. Thank you so much. You guys are fabulous. No. You guys have it. Now, guys, I want to talk about something on social media. So, when I title videos, sometimes I don't even watch the video and I title it. So please excuse me if I title this something like "Beautiful Model Goes to Hollywood" or something like that. That I don't own the rights to Hollywood or something. I title my movies when I watch my videos, and I don't necessarily watch the videos fully or watch them enough to know what I'm saying in the video. So that I might title it something, and then not mean it because I said something negative or whatever. So don't listen to the title sometimes if you're watching a video and you're like, this is a sad video. Why is the title like this, right? Don't be angry at me. Don't get mad at me for saying that when the video might be something totally different than what the title is. I usually just watch the video for 2 seconds sometimes. I sometimes watch the whole video and see, but sometimes I watch for 2 seconds and then I title it, right? So the beginning of this video, I didn't really talk about anything. So then and then I start talking now. So I might see the beginning of the video and I'm like, oh, I'll just put this title, right? I do watch my videos when I post them, but not usually when I'm making them and titling them. You know what I mean? So don't get, if you see a video, even if it's like a very tragic thing, and I make the title very positive and make it sound like it's not about that, just give me the benefit of the doubt, right? But anyway, what I want to talk about in this video is the fact that a lot of haters, this only applies to the haters. It's not a bad thing. It's just a misunderstanding or whatever. A lot of haters will take things that they make, they might be thinking are true, or they might be saying something about someone where they point a finger or say, this person should not be doing this, or this is not right, or whatever. You know, in general, they might be saying, how dare this person do this, or whatever. It happens a lot. Like, some haters just get very carried away. They just get mad with everything, right? Like, your video could be the tamest video ever, and somebody could say something really negative or rude about it, and you're just like, it doesn't make sense, because you're a nice person, you have good intentions, right? So they say something really rude, and you're like, okay, that doesn't make sense, right? So this is something I wanted to talk about, because a lot of people will, like, even like my GoFundMe account, when I'm on TikTok, and I talk about getting fundraiser for my GoFundMe, and say that it's for my business, and say that it's to pay my bills, and to buy things for my channel, because it's my business GoFundMe, right? There are people that are allowed to do business GoFundMe, that's why they have a business GoFundMe on there. There are people that have business GoFundMes, or you know, people that want to do a GoFundMe for reasons that are not necessarily like, I have cancer, please help, or I'm struggling with this abuse or whatever, you know what I mean? And obviously in those cases, yes, it's more important to give to those people. I mean, obviously I love getting money, but it's more important to give to people that are really, really suffering than to someone that's just asking for it for their business. But some people get business loans, business grants, right, or whatever. You know, some people get sponsored to do a celebrity video, right? So it's not unheard of to ask for a business grant, and a grant is just a free money loan, but it's free. It's not a loan, you don't pay it back, right? So people give business grants, etc., right? So it's not unheard of to ask for money for no reason, right? But these people that are haters, and they do this about any video, right? They get mad with anything that they see. Like, usually it involves somebody trying to get something they want that maybe they're afraid to ask for, or they don't usually get when they ask, which is totally terrible, because maybe they're trying to ask for the same thing, but they never got it, right? So that sucks. But the thing is, how am I supposed to control that, right? And how are people that ask for these things and allow themselves to ask for these things, how are they able to control that, right? So, you know, it's not like I want them to not be able to ask or not feel comfortable asking. It's just that I'm comfortable asking, so I'm more than happy to ask, so I don't feel it's wrong, right? And some people suggested it to me, right? So it's not like I'm asking for something too big or something that's not like, and like the thing is, if I was asking, saying I have cancer and I need money or whatever, or I'm homeless and I need money when I'm not, you know, that's a total lie and that's a scam, right? That's not allowed, right? But if you're totally upfront about the fact that you want money for your business to pay your bills, etc., and you're totally upfront about that, then really, you know, it's nothing to, like, why would anybody criticize that? You know what I mean? Like, yes, obviously some people are starving, have a lot of trouble with their bills, definitely. Some people can't even pay their bills when they're kicked out and they're homeless, you know what I mean? Or some people work like 5 jobs, don't have air to breathe because they have to work so many jobs, you know. But if I'm in a position where I don't mind asking, then how is that fair if you don't feel comfortable asking, or you don't think that asking is a good idea, or no one ever gives you anything, which is terrible. I don't think that's good. But if no one ever gives you anything when you ask, which totally sucks, and I totally feel for you. But, you know, it's not my responsibility and I would shout the person out. I would help them get a GoFundMe. That's not a problem. But instead they just attack my GoFundMe and say, oh, you know, why are you asking for money? You're a creep, whatever. Which I'm not, you know. So I just feel like it's silly, you know. You're really just like trying to make ends meet and pay for extra things, and you're being upfront about it, right? So it's nothing really wrong with that, right? I mean, if I was, like I said, if I did this and I said, oh, I have cancer, please donate, you know, and I didn't, that's where it's wrong, and I would get repercussions for that, right? But I'm telling you flat out that I'm asking for it because I make a lot of content, I do a lot of things, celebrities get sponsored, all that, right? So, you know, in general, and nobody has to, I let people know, obviously nobody has to give, right? And I don't expect it if they don't want to. But if somebody wants to and feels I'm a really good entertainer, why not, right? But, you know, that's what a lot of things on TikTok and YouTube, people will just say, oh, how dare you do this? Like, even if it's some girl that's asking to go on a date with someone and get obviously not applications, but to get people asking her out, right? They just make these comments because maybe they're too scared to ask somebody out, or they feel it's easier for some people than others, which totally does suck, right? If it's easy for, I have done a shout out one time where I asked for a girl, like I did a shout out for a girl saying, if you want to go out with her, please message her, right? And so, you know, you get all this negative feedback, and it's like, well, you know, you can do the same thing, you can ask the same thing, right? Why do you have to get mad at someone who's asking for that when you can ask anybody out? You can go ahead and ask people out on dates, right? You know, and obviously some people, you know, the world can be unfair. You know, some people have way more advantages in the looks department or in whatever department. Maybe they have more successes, maybe they have more money, maybe they have more intelligence, maybe they're just good at socializing and can charm anyone, right? It could be anything, right? Some people have way more advantages, right? But I mean, everyone's able to ask somebody out if they wanted to, or try to find someone they like, right? It's not like unheard of that someone out of the blue can ask out someone else, right? It's just, and I mean, I totally understand. Like, if the person's struggling, or if the person's having a hard time, or no one's made anything easy for them, or they've been abused, or whatever, or whenever they ask somebody out, they get treated really badly, or whatever. I understand that hurts and that's really tough. It's just like, but I just feel like it's like you don't even know the person that's asking, or you don't know. Like for me, the GoFundMe account, I don't even know the people that are saying negative things. I'm like, why would you say something negative when you have no idea who I am, or whatever, right? I mean, yes, I'm lucky because I'm able to ask for these things, and I have really no problem asking because the thing is, I'm good at sales, right? So I'm very good at sales. So to me, well, I mean, I've gotten some funding on there, but I'm really good at sales. So for me, you know, I'm not afraid to get rejected. I'm not afraid to hear a no, right? I'm not afraid to be like, oh, this person doesn't want it, whatever, I'll ask somebody else, right? I'm not afraid of that, right? But somebody else will be like, how dare you? I would never ask. And how dare you make it look so like, how dare you ask, right? Now the main reason why I'm asking, and if you want to donate to my GoFundMe, please do so. But the main reason why I'm asking is because I know I'll be getting famous at some point. I know eventually I'll be famous. And so I really feel like people that really like me and think that I'm good will donate, right? I think they will donate. And I think if I'm going to be famous at some point, I'm getting more followers, people like me, then one day somebody will say, you know what, here is money for your GoFundMe, right? Because if you ask in general, or you ask 35,000 followers, maybe somebody will, right? You know, you never really know who's going to ask, what they're going to say, maybe who's going to give you money, but that's why you have to ask, right? You don't get something if you don't ask, right? But the thing is, you know, as a creator, I have a voice, right? I have a lot of a voice, right? Some people don't have that, right? So I do get where it can be upsetting to see someone feeling comfortable asking for something But it's just the difference between different people, right? Not everyone has the same skills. I'm very good at sales. Like I'm the top salesman every job that I do sales, right? So I have no problems asking, because if somebody really doesn't want to, I don't expect them to, and they don't have to, and they'll just say no, or they'll just say nothing, or they'll be rude, which I can handle, or somebody will say yes and give me something, and then I'm very pleased, and I'm really overjoyed, and I'm really thankful, right? So it's the two options there, right? The three options there. All right, bye now, Tony. Bye now.